we truly come together on Sunday morning in the name of love. And thank you all for being here today. Thank you to those of you online on YouTube. Love the comments that you all post. Love your presence. We feel you. Let's send some love to the people on YouTube right now. Send some love to people on YouTube. We love you. It's as if, in this oneness thing, there's no time or space in God. So right where we are, we're all connected always, right? Can you feel those people online? Yeah, they're right here. They're right here with us. And thank you to all of you who are here in the sanctuary. We're going to be talking about unity all this month. Everyone up for some unity? Yeah, we're going to be talking about unity. And today, we're going to kind of go there. We're going to talk about embracing your shadow. Oh, you all ready to embrace your shadow? You're all ready to acknowledge you have a shadow? It's going to be good. Thank you so much for being here. We have, doing our announcements today, our wonderful, beloved Reverend Catherine McKinney.
Good morning. And it's actually a little on a second side, so here we go. We have a new date for our annual meeting. The meeting will be on April the 13th after service, so get ready for that. Now, tomorrow night, the men's spirit group is meeting. That's May the 3rd, and it's at 7 p.m., and they meet there in the foyer. We have a new day and time for our Labyrinth Walk, so stay tuned here. It is this Wednesday, so that is March the 5th, and it's going to be after the Wednesday service, so it'll be at 1 p.m. on Wednesday. It's a great opportunity after this. Come to the service and then walk the labyrinth. Please note that our spiritual discussion group is on hiatus for a bit. Now, there is a flyer out in the foyer for Reverend Valerie Reeves' hypnosis class. It's on March 7th and 8th, and so have a good look at that and decide if that's for you. It's a detailed flyer, and it'll tell you everything that you need to know. Now, on next Sunday, March the 9th, following the 12:30 service, Reverend Gregory is going to have a special teen workshop. Manifestation for teens. It's tips on calling in your best life while honoring your emotions. If your teens have questions about how manifestation works for them, they won't want to miss this inspiring and insightful event. It is free, and so that's next Sunday after the service at 12:30. Now, next Sunday is, what is it next Sunday? Daylight savings time. That's the when we put our clocks back the night before. And so if you come in here at a certain time and you go, wait, why is everybody leaving? It's because you didn't turn your clock back. Anyway, what did I say? Back? Forward. Yes, definitely forward, because you'd be late if you got here. Right, yeah, definitely. So next Sunday, daylight saving time, we spring forward and fall back. Do we know that? Yes, we do. On Sunday, March the 23rd, we're moving forward, and in the month after service, join us for our first ever sound bath. Gosh, if you've never been to one of these, they're fantastic. So it's going to be after service, and it's led by our own Belinda Clark. Is she here today? She's not here today, but she's been playing some percussion with us a few Sundays. Immerse yourself in the soothing vibration of crystal bowls and healing frequencies designed to calm the mind, relax the body, and restore inner balance. Some things you might bring for your comfort. Now listen to this. You can bring a yoga mat and a pillow and a blanket and an eye mask to help you fully embrace the experience. Just sink deep into a relaxation right here. It's really going to be wonderful. You may also just sit in a chair. It is suggested donation is $20, and it'll be worth every dollar of that. So for a full list of all of our activities we might not be mentioning, check our e-newsletter and check the Spirit Speaks, which has come out recently. And you can also look at flyers that are out there on the table. Now, if you're looking for a meaningful new read, the bookstore's open. So we haven't been able to go for a while, so go in and check out and see what is there. If you would like prayer in your life, then please come down to the front. A practitioner will lead you and a prayer right here by the piano. There are other practitioners available if you want a one-on-one experience. Just ask. That is the thing. You're stepping forward and say, I would like a prayer. Practice that. It's good for everyone. Prayer is. Now, if you're here for the very first time, please raise your hand. We have these wonderful ushers who are going to give you a bag. And it's got all kinds of goodies in it that you will enjoy. And if you feel like later, there's one way in the back, Laura, thank you. And if you feel later on, I really am new, I would like one of those bags, go up to the counter and they will happily share a bag with you. Thank you so much for all of those people who volunteer here, just as you see back there in the back with the sound. And when you go next door for hospitality, look at all that wonderful stuff. We have great volunteers, and we appreciate them so much. And so here we go on with the rest of our service.
I would invite you all to close your eyes. Take a deep breath and just turn within for a moment. I feel safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me. I feel safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me. There's someone there who loves me. That's all I need to know. There's someone there who loves me, and so I can't let go. I feel safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me. I feel safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me. There's someone there who guides me. That's all I need to know. There's someone there who guides me, and so I can't let go. I feel safe and whole and peaceful in my soul, 'cause my higher power is taking care of me.
I feel safe and peaceful. That great power within me, ever sustaining me, supporting me, uplifting me. One power, one presence of love, of joy, of peace, and infinite measure. This one power and presence existing at every point of existence. this one power and presence, the very life of each one of us. We are safe, we are secure. All is well right where we are. That one power and presence ever sustaining us, one source of all of our good. We stand, I know, in this knowing of this one source, of this one power, of this one that is our very life and being. And we remember that as we see the events in the world and various things, appearances in our lives. We remember that God is, and all is well. I am so grateful for this awareness, so grateful for this truth, so grateful for this time together here today where we lift up truth. So grateful for the good that unfolds. In gratitude, I release this word. I let it be. We establish it together with the words. And so it is. Yes.
Good morning. Please repeat after me. God is all there is. God is all there is. I'm on the lookout for God. In everyone and everything. Several years back, while taking a forgiveness class called No Mud, No Lotus, I learned about Debbie Ford's shadow work in her book, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers. In her book, she says, we live under the mistaken impression that to be divine means we must be perfect, but to be divine is to be whole. Shadow work is bringing the light to the darkness for the purpose of healing and integrating every aspect of ourself, especially those disowned traits that we thought were unacceptable and unlovable. I used to think that shadow work required digging in and discarding undesired traits, much like pulling weeds out of our garden. I learned that every relationship and every experience can be a growth experience when, with kindness and compassion, rather than self-criticism and condemnation, we look for the gift hidden away in the darkness. Something that has helped me better understand the idea of wholeness is the yin-yang symbol. And that's a Chinese symbol that represents a fluid and ever-shifting dance of apparent opposites that actually are complementary and interdependent and give rise to one another, and they create a dynamic system of wholeness. When we're able to see that every aspect of ourself plays an important role in us growing into our best self, and nothing and no thing needs to be cut out and discarded, then we can say and truly mean, I am whole, perfect, and complete. A Buddhist monk, the Venerable Abhignana, gave us the following bit of wisdom. In the black, there is some white. In the wrong, there is some right. In the dark, there is some light. In the blind, there is some sight. And so it is. And now let's welcome up the choir.
celebrations, that's what it's all about.
Everyone is special in their own way. We make each other strong. We're not the same, we're different in a good way. Together's where we belong.
We're all in this together. Once we know that we are, we're all strong, and we see that we're all in this together. And it shows when we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come true. Together, 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 everyone. Together, together, come on, let's have some fun. Together, we're there for each other every time. Together, together, come on, let's do this right. We're all here and speaking out with one voice. We're gonna rock the house, yeah. The party's on, now everybody make some noise. We're gonna scream and shout.
We arrived because we stuck together. Champions one and all.
We're all in this together. Once we know that we are, we're all stars, and we see that we're all in this together. And it shows when we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come true. All in this together. When we reach, we can fly. Now inside, we can make it. We're all in this together. Once we see there's a chance that we have, and we take it. Everybody sing along. Yeah, you got it going on. Everybody in the house. Everybody sing it now. Everybody everywhere. Wave your hands up in the air. That's the way we do it. Let's get to it. Time to show the world. We're all in this together. Once we know that we are, we're all stars, and we see that we're all in this together. And it shows when we stand hand in hand, make our dreams come true. All in this together. When we reach, we can fly. Go inside, we can make it. We're all in this together. Once we see there's a chance that we have, and we take it. Everybody everywhere, wave your hands up in the air. That's the way we do it. Let's get to it. Come on, everyone.
Woohoo! Yes. Let's give the choir another hand here. And our lead musician and director of the choir, Elise Carver, let's give her some love. Yes, wow. It's true, we're all in this together. We're talking about unity this month. We're all in this together, yes? We are all of us, not just those of us in CSL here, all of us. How about that? Are we down for that? Like all of us? Yes, we're talking about unity, and to support our talking about unity this month, see, I didn't do you all might have thought I forgot about the quiz. Remember the quiz? Anyone remember the quiz? Okay, let's see here. And this time I'm just going to ask you to call out the answer. So we're not going to ask for one person, we're going to ask you to call out the answer, and I just know like half of the room is going to have the answer. So I just know it. So when we're in the back and forth, the right and wrong, who's right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, what is the anecdote for that? Who said that way back there? All right, Lisa. All right, I heard it from a few people. Others had good answers as well. Others had good answers as well. You're all winners. The answer that I was looking for is feelings, needs, and wants. Oh my. All right, there will be more opportunities to get that, because I really want us to get that, because when we're talking about unity this month and that we're all one and we're all connected, we have to get that part, because if we're in the who's right, who's wrong, then it's hard to get to the unity, right? If we're in that like, I'm right, no, I'm right, then it's hard to get to the unity. So it's a key component of the unity is to really see that we're all right. We'll solve that right here, right now. We'll solve that right here, right now. We're all right, because we're all seeing it from the place that we're seeing it from. And from where you're seeing it from, like if I stand over here, I can say, oh, there's all these lights shining, and there's all, and from where you're sitting, you're going to see something totally different. So we could argue, right? You could go, you're wrong. No way. That's not what it is at all. But we would both be right, except we're seeing it from the place that we're sitting. So we really have to get that as a human species here. This is part of our evolution as a human species, to get out of that thinking that we're right and the other is wrong. We're going to talk about the other another week. So today we're talking about embracing your shadow. Embracing your shadow. Embracing those parts of you that you have put away and hid and pushed down and wished weren't there, and hope will never rise up again. But if we're really going to embrace ourselves fully, if we're really going to love ourselves fully, wouldn't we have to embrace all of ourselves? Right? So I want to get into shadow today, but before I get into shadow, I want to do our prayer. Have you all been doing the prayer, the Ernest Holmes prayer for my country every day? Yes? Let's do it together here today. I'm going to read it to you. You could sit back and close your eyes if you want. This is from our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, written in 1953, but very applicable today as well. He wrote, "Believing in a divine destiny of the United States of America and in the preservation of liberty, security, and self-expression, I offer this, my prayer for my country. I know that divine intelligence governs the destiny of the United States of America, directing the thought and the activity of all who guide its affairs. I know that success, prosperity, and happiness are the gifts of freedom and are the divine heritage of everyone in this country. I know that success, prosperity, and happiness are now operating in the affairs of every individual in this country. I know that divine guidance enlightens the collective mind of the people of this country, causing it to know that economic security may come to all without the loss of either personal freedom or individual self-expression. I know that no one can believe or be led to believe that freedom must be surrendered in order to ensure economic security for all. The all-knowing mind of God contains the answer to every problem which confronts this country. I know that every leader in this country is now directed to this all-knowing mind and has the knowledge of a complete solution to every problem, and is each compelled to act upon this knowledge to the end that abundance, security, and peace shall come to all. And I know that this spiritual democracy shall endure, guaranteeing to everyone in this country personal liberty, happiness, and self-expression. And so it is. Amen." Yes, good stuff, huh? Yes. So embracing the shadow, let me share a couple of things here. Let me start with sharing from Psychology Today magazine that talks about shadow. It says the shadow is all those negative aspects of yourself, and I'll put negative in quotes, by the way, negative aspects of yourself that hold you back from living the life that you desire. This could take the form of negative thinking, suppressed emotions, or limiting beliefs, and can manifest as anxiety, depression, addiction, physical symptoms, or relationship challenges. Now, Let's go to Carl Jung, because that's a little bit skewed there toward thinking of these things as negative. Let's go to Carl Jung, who really did a lot of work, psychologist, was a colleague of Freud at one point, did a lot of work around the shadow. He says, how is the shadow encountered? Almost always in projection onto some other individual, family, or group. This means that I see in an other something I do not like. This tends to keep happening. I may begin to notice that a lot of other people are rather greedy, for example. And I may begin to feel censorious or judgmental about their greed. But with luck, it may dawn on me that what I am disliking in others is actually something with which I struggle within myself. So I feel like this is a really important topic for us to be able to embrace the fullness of who we are and really to get real about what it is to be human, what it is to be a spiritual being having a human experience, and what it is when we step into these bodies, when we step into what it is to be human, there's archetypes and there's structures. There's like psychological, mental structures that we step into that is part of this experience of being human. Let me ask you this. Who has never, ever, not even once in your whole life, told a lie? Who in your whole life has never been jealous, ever, not even once? Who in your whole life has never been envious of someone else? So the thing is, for me, is to really invite us out of our collective denial about these things, right? Because if we see someone who is being jealous or greedy or envious or whatever, we say, oh, look at you. Look at those greedy. It's like the finger starts to point, but whenever the finger points, we have to realize there's at least 3 fingers pointing back at us. So the collective denial is that we project onto certain individuals that are like our adversaries or our opponents or those that we don't like. We project all the bad stuff that we consider bad onto them. They're greedy, they're liars, they're thieves. The beautiful thing is when we can embrace that these are part of the realm of possibilities for being in a human structure. All of us, no one raised their hand. Not a single person raised their hand when I say, who has never told a lie? But I bet if I said, how many of you have called someone a liar? I bet every hand would be up. There's a disconnect there, right? If everyone has told a lie, yet when we see someone that we think is telling a lie, we say, you're a liar. And we have a lot of energy about it, right? We say, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a liar. We just told a lie this morning. We go, oh, but mine was just a little lie. Like I was going to be late, and I didn't want to say that I got up late and fooled around, so I said there was traffic. That's just a little lie, no harm in that. The beauty of getting real and coming out of the denial is that we can't really fully embrace ourselves until we embrace the fullness of ourselves. If there's a part of us that we have to reject, and therefore then we have to reject that part in everyone else, then we can't really fully accept ourselves. We can't really see ourselves as whole. What Monica said in her part of the service here, she said that it's not about perfection, it's about wholeness. Someone said to me when I became a minister in my first community, and I said to them, because they were like, well, you didn't do this. And I said, you know what? I'm not even trying to be perfect. I'm not even trying to be like humanly perfect. And the person looks so disappointed. I'm not even trying to be humanly perfect because it's impossible. It's impossibly humanly perfect. We are divinely perfect for sure, absolutely. We're perfect in our imperfection. We are perfectly imperfect. That's a more honest assessment. We are perfect in our humanness, we are perfectly imperfect, and that's not bad news. All of these various things, greed, jealousy, envy, being a liar, lying, all of these, I'm absolutely convinced, were part of served some evolutionary purpose in the past, right? Survival, right? They come from like that animal instinct from somewhere else, because we're still, in addition to being so enlightened and spiritual and human and all of that, we're still animals. We still have our animal nature as well. So we get to embrace. Anyone getting uncomfortable in here? Talking about shadow, and they're like, oh, now you're telling me I can't call that person out for being a liar, for being greedy, or that whole group of people, that whole group of people out there that's greedy. But truly, if we're really to fully embrace ourselves, we've got to get honest. We've got to get honest about what it means to be human, what it means to be a spiritual being having a human experience, what it means that when we have these qualities that what if we could embrace them? It's not to say that we embrace being a liar, like I'm going to embrace my inner liar. Man, I'm going to just be lying all over the place. It's not like that. It's to realize that there's a part of us that might be inclined to tell a lie at times, and not to reject ourselves because of that, but instead to look at, like, I've always been fascinated with people who lie, for people who lie regularly, I should say. I had my hand up when we said, has anyone never told a lie? I had my... Yeah. But I find it, I think the fascinating thing about people who regularly tell lies is, what is it based in? Who can say what is it based in? Why does someone do that? Fear. Exactly. So once we see what it really is, that this is fear, we no longer have to be like, oh, you lousy person, you. We have to go like, oh, let me give you a hug. Let me give you a hug that you live a life, that you live your existence in such a way that you're in so much fear that you have to lie on a regular basis. And say, there, but for the grace of God, go I. Right? Thank God I don't have to tell a lie every day. Thank God I don't have to regularly lie. Thank God I can mostly be truthful, starting with being truthful with myself. You starting with being truthful with yourself. Being honest with yourself. So as we embrace all these aspects of ourselves, the beautiful thing about that is, what happens the more you push all these things down? The more you're like, when you see that greed coming up, you're like, no, I am not going to be greedy. I'm a good person. Oh, no, I'm not going to lie. I'm a good person. No, I'm not going to feel, I feel jealous. No, I'm not going to feel jealous, because mature people, enlightened people don't feel, I'm not going to, what happens? Shame, but what ultimately happens when you are pushing all this down? You get sick, yeah. All good answers, yeah. But ultimately, what happens is you actually create more of it. You put so much energy in trying to not have it happen that you actually begin to attract more of it. Suddenly, you're attracting people who lie. Suddenly, you're attracting people who are greedy. Suddenly, you're seeing all this everywhere because we're in this denial. We're giving it all the energy. Whereas if we were able to embrace that is part of our makeup, and then make conscious choices about how we're going to show up, we start to transcend all of that. We start to not be one who is very greedy very often. We may not totally ever not be greedy. We may not totally ever not tell a lie, maybe a small lie here and there. But we can look at it a different way. We can ask ourselves, why did I not tell the full truth there? Because there's lies of omission as well, right? That happen all the time in relationships, right? We leave out a little something because it made us look better to say it the way we said it. So we leave out a little something. But we can start to use that, like for me, in working with conscious relationship and authentic relationship, I'm always looking at those kind of things for myself as far as my spiritual development and my spiritual growth. Like if I say something in a way that makes me look good, but I kind of left out a few things, I ask myself, oh, what's the fear there? What are you afraid of that people will see? What are you afraid of that people will know about you? And so I use it for my spiritual growth and evolution. And not to beat myself up, not to judge myself, not to criticize myself, but to go, that was interesting. That was interesting how you left that piece of information out as you were telling the story. For us to, as humanity, as our collective, for us to truly experience unity, for us truly to experience the oneness that is true about us, we have to get honest. We have to really look at, as I said, what it is to be human and these things that are part of all of us, and therefore stop pointing to pretend it's only part of some of us. Are you hearing me? Yeah. So this is a transformational experience because now when we start to own it, when we start to own that this is a part of me, we no longer have to be ashamed. We no longer, in the book Conscious Loving that we had a class on and many people studied with me, it says that the authors are both therapists and seen lots and lots of clients, and they said over and over again, it was so common for them to in people, trying to work through relationship stuff, it was so common for them to see that people felt there was something fundamentally wrong with them. They felt there was something fundamentally wrong with them. But it wasn't just like, a couple people came in with that. But it said over and over and over and over again, a very common thing was for people to feel that there was something fundamentally wrong with them. If we can embrace the shadow, if we can embrace those so-called unpleasant parts of ourselves, we don't have to have this shame. We don't have to believe that there's something fundamentally wrong with us. Let me say to you right now, because if it's true that so many people believe that, let me say something to you right now. There is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. You, my friends, each one of you, and I don't have enough fingers to point to every single one of you, and I really mean every single one of you, you're good to the core. You are God to the core. You are divine. You are divine. In order to fully experience this wholeness, this oneness, this realization of our divine nature, we have to embrace the whole of it. And then we start to transcend it. And then we start to rise above it. And we just start to notice, there was a part of me right now that was feeling really greedy. I was thinking earlier about when I first created a website, and I reserved GregoryToole.com, but there was also .org out there and .info and .this and .that, and I went and got all of them, I'm I'm like, I want all of them. I don't want there to be anyone else. I want gregorytoole.com.org.info. And I thought about that recently because someone, when I told them that, a friend, when I told them that, looked at me like, did you have to get all of them? Because believe it or not, there's actually quite a few Gregory Tooles out there in the world. I never knew that until the internet, and then it's like, start searching, whoa, what are all these other people doing with my name? There was even a villain on a TV program called Gregory Toole. And I'm like, man, you're messing up the name, dude. But I was looking back at that, and I thought, wow, that was a moment, right? That was a moment of, out of fear, like being greedy, right? I got to have them all. None of the rest of those Gregory Tooles can have any. They're all mine. I want them all. So what I really want each of us, including myself, I have to remind myself too, but I want each of us to really take away from here today is that you are fundamentally good. There is nothing wrong with you, and there is no part of you that you need to feel shame about, guilt about. When they were about, in the story in the Bible, when they were about to stone the woman who they said committed adultery, Jesus asked them, whoever, has never sinned, to cast the first stone. And of course, no stones were cast. And then I love the next line where he said, go forth and sin no more. Go forth and sin no more, which means basically, because sin really just means, sin doesn't mean we're like evil. Sin just means we missed the mark, right? So in this humanness, right, like when I grabbed up all the .coms and .orgs and all this, right, and I had my moment of greed, I don't have to beat myself up for the rest of my life about that. I say, go forth and sin no more. Now that you're aware, now that I'm aware that I was being greedy in that moment, just learn from that. And next time, don't do that. And here's the beauty of it. We get as many chances as we need. We get as many chances as we need. We get to be kind to ourselves. We get to be kind to ourselves. Is that a novel concept? Like to be kind to ourselves. The world needs you and me to love ourselves. The world needs you and me, you and I, what is it? You and I don't know. The English teachers will correct me later. The world needs us to love ourselves. The world needs us to embrace ourselves. It's not a selfish thing. Most of the world's problems and issues are related to someone not loving themselves, someone not fully embracing themselves. When everyone in the world knows who they are, loves themselves fully, we'll just watch all the so-called problems of the world dissolve right before our very eyes. That, my friends, is the truth. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. You're awesome. You are awesome. We're going to hear, come on up, choir. Come on up, choir. We're going to hear from our choir again here. And we got a special treat after the choir, too. Stay tuned. We got a special little treat after the choir. Of our children coming forward. Get ready to be moved as we have our children. This is Robin Wiley Pratt, our youth and family director right here.
All right, we've got a special treat for you guys.
Hello, my name is Gigi, and I'm one of the volunteers with the kids. And the kids and I, and the beautiful kids here, are going to lead you in affirmative prayer. If you could repeat after us. Are you guys ready? Yes. God is all there is. God is all there is. God and I are one. God and I are one. What I believe is what I receive. What I believe is what I receive. I give thanks. I give thanks. Over and out.
There we go. Let me introduce you to our team back here. We've got Giselle right here, who just led us with the prayer. We've got Robin, we've got Brenda here, and we've got Laura over there. And then we've got all of our beautiful children. And do any of you children want to say a word? Anyone want to say anything? You want to say something? Give us that mic over there.
I sing beautiful.
Yes, you do. Yes. Anyone else? Anyone else want to say anything? Any other children want to say anything? Anyone else? Okay.
You do? Oh, you do? Okay, there you go, Lily. Go ahead.
I am awesome.
You are, yes. All right, let's give a hand to our children here. All right, okay. I love it. And if any of you feel called to work with our children, we do have some openings, and you can see that we're doing some magnificent work, and we're really just going to keep expanding that. We really believe that families, children and families, are such a core part of the vibrancy of our community. So if you feel called, talk to Robin or talk to Doris or myself, and we'll get you lined up there. And it could just be once a month. You don't have to do it every week. It could just be once a month. So let us know. So we reached the time of our conscious giving, and Yeah, let's do it. We've got all kinds of ways to give. You can text to 424-379-3733, and you'll be able to give that way. You can go to redondocsl.org/donate. You can use the QR code up there and scan that to give. And of course, we can write checks, cash. To those of you online, all of those are available as well. Thank you for the ways that you support this community. The ushers are coming forward here right now. Thank you, ushers. We got Bob, and we got Mary Lou. We got Ruth. We got Fred. I'm like drawing a blank. I know Fred well, but somehow I was drawing a blank. All right. Let's give a hand for our ushers. Thank you all so much. And let us say our affirmation together as we hold our gift. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is. Yes.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is, God is all there is.
Thank you, Elise Carver. Thank you, Jean-Louis Boudreau over here on guitar. Yes. We have something very important to do right now as we enter into a little bit of prayer, and that is the bears of love. We got to bless these bears of love, right? So I want to invite everyone to make sure there is no bear left unheld in the room, all right? You might have to do double duty in some cases, but even if you have to hold two bears. I see some bears in that row behind you there, Annie. There's some bears right up here. Everyone hold a bear, and we can gather around. We can come a little closer up into the front here and bring all those bears. Yeah, let's come up here. Let's gather up here at the front today. Bring all those bears with you. Bring all those bears on up here. Bring them all up here. Get all those bears. Let's all come and gather right here in the front with the bears. The bears and the bees and the ducks and the dogs and all the different... All right, everyone got a bear? Everyone holding a bear? So these bears that have been in our sanctuary for a month now, and all the other stuffed animals, they will go to children who have been in traumatic situations, that have been removed out of their home due to some sort of trauma and could really use the love. And so these bears have been absorbing all the love and the music and the prayers and the messages and the truths that have been spoken in the last month. They've been absorbing all of that. And the final thing is to very intentionally and consciously put a blessing on these bears. Yes? Yes. So let's do that, and let's send these bears forth. And so I'll begin, and then I'm going to invite you at various points to put whatever it is that you want to put in there, knowing that the children are going to receive the vibration and the energy that you are putting in there. So let's just start with, there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life right now. That life is the life of the child who is receiving this bear. Or koala, or dog, or duck, or stuffed animal. Yes. Yes. So, in this oneness, knowing my word has power, I speak my word. And now we're just going to do a chamber of prayer. So everyone will be praying at the same time, and you're going to be praying on that bear or animal, stuffed animal that you're holding, and I'll be praying with you too. So ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So I know that each of these bears are just filled with love, that that everyone who touches this, everyone who comes in contact with this bear just feels the love, feels the peace, feels the joy, feels the truth of their being. There is something radiating from this stuffed animal that somehow lightens this person's life, somehow brightens their life, somehow reminds them of the magnificent, beautiful truth that they are. So just take another moment to just with your hands, because you know, we've got divine energy moving through us, especially coming out of a service like this, yes? So with your hands, just energetically, let's just like silently, energetically, just put so much love, so much joy, so much peace, so much care and compassion into these stuffed animals right now. Right now, just sending it forth to all of them, blessing these children, knowing that they're resilient. They're resilient even in the difficult circumstance. They are rising above, and they are creating their amazing life from the ashes. We bless these bears. We know that great good comes from what we have done here, and we give great thanks, and we just let it be. We release it, we let it be. Together we say, and so it is. Yes, let's hold hands and sing the peace song. Let's sing the peace song. Right where you are. Ministers, practitioners, oh, you can stay right where you are.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this